Free speech doesn't exist. Wait. Hold on. Don't leave just yet. I can explain myself. First, let's talk about what speech is. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech. But what is speech? Well, according to Merriam-Webster, speech is the communication or expression of thoughts in spoken words, something that is spoken, an individual manner or style of speaking, or the power of expressing or communicating thoughts by speaking. People seem to think this is important. On Wikipedia, they say that freedom of speech is a principle that supports the freedom of an individual or community to articulate their opinions and ideas without fear of retaliation, censorship, or legal sanction. It's even in the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Article 19 says everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media, regardless of frontiers. But let's see what the government says. Well, the US government will tell you that freedom of speech includes the right to not speak, or to not salute the flag. It includes the right of students to wear black armbands to school to protest a war, or to use certain offensive words and phrases to convey political messages, or to contribute money to political campaigns, to advertise commercial products and professional services, with some restrictions, asterisk, to engage in symbolic speech, like burning the flag in protest. But freedom of speech does not include the right to incite imminent lawless action, make or distribute obscene materials, burn draft cards as an anti-war protest. Oh no, they definitely want you to be draftable. It does not include the right for students to make obscene speech at school-sponsored events or for them to advocate illegal drug use. Well, that's a lot of kind of strange details, isn't it? Why do you think it's like that? Well, because a few men in black dresses said so. Oh, and here's another one that isn't free speech according to a lot of people, and this idea is becoming more and more popular these days. Hate speech is not free speech. But wait, did the UN say anything about that? Well, yeah, they kind of agree too. They say any kind of communication in speech, writing, or behavior that attacks or uses pejorative or discriminatory language with reference to a person or group on the basis of who they are. In other words, based on their religion, ethnicity, nationality, race, color, descent, gender, or other identity factor. So a lot of people think it's very important, and they make a big to-do about the freedom of speech and the so-called right to free expression. Until they don't, when it stops suiting them, when it feels icky, or when it works against their political or social activist goals. And then it's just that annoying thing that those extremists over there want. But none of that was the title of this video, Patrick. When are you going to make the point that none of this exists? Well, right now, none of this exists. This is all nonsense. Let's start with the reality of speech. Speech is nothing more than vibrating the air near your mouth. Expression is nothing more than manipulating the matter around you to communicate some set of concepts that are in your head with other people that have access to that matter. And then rights. Well, rights only exist as mutual respect agreements between individuals. Here's a clip from a recent video named The Uncomfortable Truth About Rights. Then, I think in most people's minds, subconsciously, they don't worry about protecting their self and their property as much because they have rights. We have rights. I have rights. My rights are inviolate. They're natural rights. They're natural law. My rights are based in natural law. They're given to me by God. Notice all these possessive property words that we're using when we're talking about rights? This is the only way anybody ever talks about rights. Rights were given to me by God. Rights were given to me by nature. They come from nature and they're mine and I possess them and they protect me and I defend them. And none of that is true. You don't possess them. You don't possess them. You can't defend them. And they don't protect you. They're concepts. They're agreements between people. That's what rights are. And that's why my definition is so important, because it strips away that false sense of security that people get when they think that they have rights that protect them. They don't. It's all you, man. It's just you. It's you in the world, and whoever you can get near you that's trustworthy and that reciprocates rights with you, you get together with people that are trustworthy and you all protect your stuff yourself. So if speech is just air vibration to express oneself, then the question becomes, what air? Whose air do you have the right to vibrate? Certainly it's not any air you want. Certainly everyone would agree that I don't have the right to trespass into your home and begin this speech about rights anytime I want. Certainly everyone would agree that I don't have the right to walk into a theater owner's business and disrupt their customers' experience by vibrating the air with alarms of a fire in the building. No, of course not. And the black dress fetish squad is wrong too, by the way. All their little politically motivated rulings about speech in and out of schools, what is and isn't obscenity, political donations, that's all nonsense. Listen, there is only property. Your body, your home, your apartment that you contract to be able to use. The stadiums people rent out and fill with people that want to listen to you. There is only property, and you have the right to vibrate the air on that property in whatever way you damn well want, full stop. Not because of some notion of freedom of speech, but because you are the sovereign owner of that section of the planet. You make the rules there. No one else gets a say. Outside of your property, on others' sovereign space, they make the rules. You vibrate their air only if they consent to it, and not at all if they don't. And if they don't consent to it, you have not been robbed of your freedom of speech. It's just their property. It's that simple. Find good people that want to reciprocate respect for each other and for each other's property. Speak your mind on the property you have the ownership or the permission to do so. Don't try to control people on property that you don't own. Don't fall for the black dress people's superstitions about what you can and can't do on property that they don't rightfully own, which is precisely no property, by the way. They've taught you since birth that you have something that doesn't exist, and then convinced you that they alone can and will protect it for you. And now the whole country believes that they need them, and gives them power and clout and money and respect. Don't fall for it. Freedom of speech isn't a thing. It is just property rights and people working together and respecting one another. You own yourself. Lead yourself. Protect yourself. Be good and live happy.